This is my first video in the hashtag PaugustArt, PAWGUSTART hashtag event by Creative Arts Collaboration. The theme is animals, and you won't see the animals till my second video. This will be one of three, maybe. I'm trying some different impression methods. Rubber stamps didn't work so well, maybe because their indentions or cuts are too small. This is a raised something I got at the thrift store, kind of an organic leaf shape. It says Wilton on the back, so I'm sure it's for some kind of fondant or something like that. Anyway, that worked out pretty good. Now I can come back around with scissors and make it into a circle, or I can do another design right around the edge, which I think is what I'm going to do. Oh, the other thing that I did is I took the paper off the back and put plain old baby powder to take away the sticky. And without that, when you pull if it's sticky and you pull it off your mold, it pulls out the indentations with it. So this works great, and then you can use matte medium or something to glue it down. Now we're going to do, this is called repousser. It's a French word that means to push down. I'm going to push down around that circle, which was the edge of the piece. So I'm just going to use that to my advantage. Now I have an organic tile. I can continue to push a little bit some of these areas around those branches. And I've poked through a couple times, but it doesn't really matter. Just keep on going. And this is a piece of fun foam. Drawing some lines in these corners. It's still stuck a little bit, not near like it would. Then we'll come back in. Now this is working from the back and pushing in my crease. So if I want that line right there to show up a little bit more, you work on it from the back. And if you didn't have the baby powder on there, it would be problematic because the stickiness will grab. Okay, so with no planning whatsoever, there's a nice little organic shape and a little 2-inch tile. Okay? Now I'm going to try something else. That's a keeper. So we're going to keep that right there. And put these away. Or put them out of the way. And now I'm going to try a stencil. I'm just going to try a little corner. Peel the paper off and dust it. May not be deep enough. I'm not going to give up yet. Alright. Try this on a hard surface. Yeah, baby. This time I'm using the Tortillon, the little rolled up paper. It doesn't have quite so much, and I'm on a hard surface. It doesn't have any give to it. And I'm picking up those marks. Yeah, baby. Alright, I said that already. Since that's looking like that's going to work, now I'm just tracing around those spots I can see. I might be better off with the, yeah, I believe so. Better off with the dull point. Q-tips. This little tool works great. But as with anything, you can use anything that's on your desk. And I'm so bad about saving stuff because I don't want to waste it. I'm trying to break that habit. That's why journaling and journaling by fives has been really good for me. Because it's encouraged me to try things. Yeah. Yeah, we've got a nice little texture. And put that one to the side. Put it back in its little baggie. I save the baggies that stamps come, or that stencils come in, for these that don't have any straight edge, to put duct tape around them and a hook. So I just put those in there. I don't label them. And then I've got these little hooks, and they're great. I'm really enjoying them. Okay, I pulled out some gears. I'm excited this is working. And as you do these kind of mundane tasks, a little bit of experimenting, gradually an idea will form in your head, and it may have been influenced by something else you saw, a totally different technique in media. That's why it's so much fun to watch different videos, because you never know what you're going to see or what's going to lodge in your brain, and it may work as modified with another medium. And I'm going to tell you my secret here in a minute. Or not my secret, good grief. My idea. Now, if you really want to get serious about this, these are old, old, old. I mean, we're talking centuries old techniques. This is what they rub gravestones. You know, they take rubbings of art on ancient tombstones. The French called it repoussé, which is metal tooling. And if you go back to ancient China again, or look at that, look at that. You guys can tell I'm not taking any particular care. We have a gear. And if you work with it enough, you might decide you like the backside better. You would have to do some more refined punching. Let's see if what happens with the baby wipe. I'm running out of space on my desk. Go figure. Okay, so baby wipe takes off. Most of the baby powder. Let's see if I can do this without running it. I'm pressing down in the areas that I want to be more delineated. And that might be where the pad would come in handy, because it's going to give you a little more flex to make that metal stretch just a little bit. Now that would be if you wanted to have this side. And you've lost some of the silver because of the baby powder. And you could always, before you make your texture, wipe your tape off. See, I'm getting, just by playing with it, I'm getting a different, so it's up to you which side you want to use. There's another one. Alrighty, let's, here's some words. See? Takes the sticky off. I went ahead and wiped it. Okay. I'm just gonna, let's see, I can't get it all. I'm just gonna try to get your inner voice right there. There it is. Okie dokie. This is my smallest tool, the ball tool. I'm just going to come in there. Make as neat a line as I can. Okie dokie, after trying everything I could think of with this stuff, I came up with some real good textures, and I got a word, and I found out with the words that if you turn your stencil, put the tape down, face down, okay? Tape face down, let me show you. Tape face down, put the, is that right? Yes, put the stencil upside down on top of it if you're dealing with words, and then your embossed part will be up if that's what you want for your shiny side. If you want this side up, then you have to put this down and your stencil backwards so it'll read right. Did that with gears, and whichever side you want to use is fine. I tried wiping off the glue or the baby powder beforehand. See, this little tree turned out really nice. You like that tree with my finger in the way? Okay, the tree turned out really nice. I've got some more suns, more texture. This word is an innie. It says your inner voice. Innies and outies. And if you want an outie, you got to put that tape on there backwards. Alternate between a hard and a soft surface to get the lines that you want. There are no rules. This was just practice on my part today. So, what we are going to do, here's our original, and this was tape stuck straight down, modeling paste, that gave me my critter. And then these were just drawn into the cardboard with the stylus, pencil, ballpoint pen, whatever you want to use. And you can feel the texture on the back of the cardboard. So what the cardboard did was gave me a little bit of cushion so I could push that metal into it. And that gave me these designs. Now what I'm going to do is make a mosaic with some of my tiles. We're going to call these little tiles, and I'm going to arrange these. And here's something else that is a variable that you can do. You can make these little things whenever you feel like it and alter them, color them, whatever you want to do beforehand. So it's like making mosaic tiles out of glass or Sculpey, except we're making them out of metal, and we're going to make these look like metal. So if you want a variation in your metal look, then you might want to color them beforehand. And I haven't made that decision yet. This one is a 3-part. I took 3 pieces of tape to do it. I was getting tired, so I didn't do just a real good job. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So if I want to use this, I could put it down here as a frame. Trim it up, of course. Let's go ahead and trim that. Blue scissors. I just Scotch taped this together so that it would stick together. Now these pieces can be used. So if I choose to use this, I can put it right here. And that could be a good spot for the book plate for the title of the book and the number of the journal that it is. That could be a real good idea. And words don't have to read forward or backward. And I can put these guys on any direction I want. So it's just piecing it together, overlap, or butt them up together, doesn't matter. And what's going to happen is we're going to get a real interesting texture. I know it's hard for you guys to see, but I am just figuring out how I want these to read. I'm bringing them in a little bit from the edge so that I can fill in with some other pieces of this tape and then do the debossing or cart pushing in, so I'll have a combination of debossing and embossing. I'm going to turn this off now and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. Made a management decision. I'm going to put these on raw, and then I'll decide how I'm going to age it, color it. I'm going to use modeling paste, and oops. That's an oops, and it doesn't matter. I'm going to put modeling paste underneath this so that it will dry in my crevices. My uppies, innies, outies. And I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my piece so that it can begin to fill those areas up. Okay? So in other words, it'll fill those areas, and they won't quite be so likely to press down. In other words, it's going to fill in from the back. I'm going to leave a little bit of room on the edge and press it down. And repeat. I'm using Deco Art modeling paste again. I'm going to butt that right up to it. Set the lid on so it doesn't dry up. Other way might be nice. Modeling paste dried white. Remember, that's what I used on my lizard. So I'm going to begin to be a little more careful about getting it on the front. Okay. Excuse me. Now, because I can, and I've got modeling paste under this, I'm going to come in and accentuate my outies. And you can use this to create more texture or take away texture. And because this was modeled on a hand-carved stamp, I'm going to pick up those carving lines in here, which doesn't really matter because if I do what I'm thinking, this will have something glued in it that will be my title of this journal. Okay? Be gentle, you don't have to be scared of it, because you can completely flatten it, because what's under there is wet. I'm going to stop right there on that one. I can always come back and re-glue any edges that aren't cooperating. And the method to my madness is that this is about the only place this fit. And with the lizard swirling up that way, and then you'll come down visually to see the title of my book. So let's go to Journey. I'm placing the pieces that I kind of know where I want them. And that can come right up and overlap that. Now what the overlaps do will give you some texture when you burnish all this down. And the tree is done at an angle so it can go like that. So let's put Journey down. And we'll fill in the back. Now when this dries, the modeling paste will be very hard. And so it doesn't matter what you do to it. Well, I mean, you can always mess it up, but in general this is going to hold and be very sturdy. And your texture will be there. So support August hashtag event designed by Creative Arts Collaboration. Hashtag August Art. PAWGUSTART. There are 200 to 300 videos floating around YouTube with that hashtag, and I would love to see you find some new folks to watch. Please subscribe to my channel and others that you see so we can keep making more quality content.